Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of War of the Gods here on Roll with the Punches. Tonight we have Armor in the Asylum. So I'll go through, I'll let my awesome players introduce themselves really quick, and if they want to talk about their characters for a second, they're welcome to. If not, then after everybody introduces themselves, we will get into the game. So we'll go ahead and start from my left to right. And we'll start with you, Augustus.
Hello, everyone. I'm Augustus or Austin, whichever you prefer. And my character is Rattle, and he is the holy sorcerer of Irenaeus, the god of valor and chivalry, or goddess. And he has been adventuring with this group for a while and has learned many things about the world outside of his kingdom.
Awesome. Thank you, Augustus. Next up, we have Charles.
All right. Hello out there. This is Charlie, and we're playing Dark Talon tonight. And again, in this series, he's the representative of Darzanon. He's a Ranger Warlock that is out looking for revenge against the Drow priest house that murdered his wife at the altar. And Darzanon has given him some of the insight and ability to accomplish this if he does Darzanan's tasking. So with that, back to the DM.
All right. Thank you, Charles. Next up, Chester.
Hello all, my name is Chester, and I am playing the great and almighty Su Wong Kong, also known as the Monkey King. And if you don't really know about my character by now, then you should go back and watch the first session, because I've been in like almost all these games so far. So with that, we'll take it back to the DM.
All right. Thank you, Chester. And last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Luke Gallagher.
Howdy, y'all. Um, I'll be playing Altern, who is both an old character from older episodes and a newer character. Short story short, he is the son of Guider from a previous game, but the connection between Guider and the son of Guider was corrupted by Grimgrin. So now Guider and Grimgrin are fused as one being, called the Betraying Grin, and the son of Guider is now a corrupt champion of Grimgrin, or the Betraying Grin. So I will be playing Altern, as is his name. It's a fun.
Awesome. Thank you, Luke. All right. So, without further ado, the mists break over the dark and rolling moors of the southern hills of Steimgard. You find yourselves atop a crested hill, populated sparsely by dead and decaying trees. You see that the grass becomes patchy along the roads ahead and amongst the hillsides. There are no flowers here. The air takes on a stale stillness. A palpable scent of ages long past hang in the air as the mists part but for a moment to reveal the spires of the Tod Friedlich Estate. Once known to be a place of respite for those in poor mental health, unfortunately, grave experiments were taking place here, and once exposed, the estate's life as a place of rest and recovery was short-lived. You find yourselves atop this crested hill, looking down on the corpse of what was once a beautiful place meant for healing, but has since been corrupted by presences unknown and by time untouched.
Hmm. I do not feel well near this place.
Dark Talon will look around and try to see if he finds any fresh tracks or prints going in or out towards this estate.
Looking around, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
All right, that's will be 26.
The only tracks that you can spot are a few footprints that seem to lead away in long strides from the front doors of the mansion.
Now,
However, they seem to stop about
Okay.
15 yards out.
The
I'm sorry,
footprint,
15 feet out.
the footprints, do they look humanoid or do they look different than, say, human or medium-sized humanoid?
They look small enough that they could have possibly been either a slightly built human or elf, or perhaps a stout halfling. The footfalls seem to have faded quite a bit. However, they were obviously heavy upon their initial creation, and their indentations can still somewhat be seen to the keen eye.
And at this point, Radolin will cast out the light that he's had in his hand and just kind of spread it across the yard as to brighten up the place a bit for inspection and hopefully to sort of ward off some of the gloominess that this decrepit place holds.
And as you do, the mist burns away somewhat in the light of your magic, and you're able to see the decaying front facade of the mansion that lies before you.
What artifact are we here to reclaim? He says, looking to his companions.
Would we actually know which particular artifact it is, Josh, that we're going after, or no?
Yeah. Well, you guys know what's supposed to be here. Supposedly held inside is a suit of armor known as the Bastion of the Psyche.
Soon would be leaning on his bow staff, like almost asleep, like kind of waking up with you asking that question. And he's just like, armor. And he just kind of snuggles up with his bow staff and still just standing there, like trying to go back to sleep.
Thank you,
And let
Lord.
me pull up the... can actually pull up the picture of the front facade of this place.
Dark Talon will go ahead and cast
There
the
you go.
spell non-detection on himself.
All right.
Rattling will grab one of the lights they had in his hand and hold it a bit as he takes wing to get a bird's eye view of the mansion.
Alright, and as you take off aloft into the air, the mist thickens rapidly as you ascend. However, staying at a moderate height, you're able to survey the mansion grounds. It seems as though the complex is fairly large. However, most of the second story appears to have collapsed in on itself in places over time. You see areas where the roof is completely caved in, signs of where you can see possibly cave-ins in the floors above into the building below. Though the unsettled site of the building, almost half sunken into the ground, betrays that there must be a level beneath as well.
Okay, so with that information, Rattling will fly back and look to Dark Talon, taking a moment to look for him with his non-kitchen magic. I was able to find him and says, from the looks of it, we will be going underground. Most of this building is as decrepit as it appears.
And Sun, with those words said, you notice out of the corner of your eye a light. Almost unaware whether it was there before or not, it seems to be sitting in the lantern holder that lies just to the left of the road. It looks as though it's a lantern, hung, lit, almost as if you were expected.
Soon would actually start rubbing his face, thinking that, like, was that there? Like, am I seeing things? Am I awake yet? Like, what the hell's going on? Why are we here? And then, do I actually see Dark Talon, or is his presence like gone from us?
Dark Talon you'd be able to see. It just prevents divination, magic, or scrying. His physical form is still.
Okay, well, in that case, I would walk over to you and tap you on the shoulder and point towards the light, seeing how nobody else really notices this. And it's like, I don't think that was there a minute ago. I'm not sure. I'm still sleepy.
Dark Talon will reply. I don't think I noticed that before. I don't think it was there.
And as you look over to the light that he's talking about, Dark Talon,
yes,
you see none.
And Dark Talon will say, "What light are you talking about? I don't see anything. Even with my devil sight, I don't see nothing."
How far away is it?
From you, you can. Where are you right now in relation to the mansion? Are you still like back on the hillside, or have you gone down to like the road where Dark Talon?
Yeah, I think we would probably. Well, yeah, because if Dark Talon's down there, because I went to where he is, I'm gonna kind of walk angrily a little bit towards the light. And you said it's hanging from a lamppost. How high is it up?
The lamppost stands in total no more than about 8 feet tall at its crest. So I mean, the actual lamp itself is probably sitting about 6 feet above the ground. I mean,
you
can almost look it in the eye.
Okay. Yeah, because my character's height is at 6 feet. I'm gonna like walk right under it and point at the very top of my head and say, "This light."
Dark Talon will
And kind
turn
of.
and look.
And you all just see an empty lantern hanging in this decaying lantern post.
Does does okay. So Radolin looks curious at his companion and says, "All right, I'll bite." And he summons his lights back around him and then pushes them out past the lampposts, just sort of like to disperse any mist to see if maybe there's someone that is playing tricks on us, or if there's anything around the lamppost itself.
No, I mean as you summon your lights around the lamppost, you see no presences around it. You see no light inside the lamp, though soon as the lamp is more readily illuminated from the outside, you're able to see that the light within is literally just a glowing orb sitting within the lamp housing.
Okay, I'm gonna take my hand and reach up to grab it, but first I'm gonna wait and see if there's heat to see if I will actually burn myself by grabbing this.
And as you reach in to attempt to grab it, the light swooshes back and out of the other side of the lamp from where you're currently standing, and begins to sort of gently, almost whimsically float down the road and towards the mansion.
Okay, I'm gonna hop after it.
Would do either me or Dark Talon see this, or is it only Shun?
No, Sun is the only one who sees it.
So we just see him reach into an empty lamppost, draw his hand back, and then chase after something we can't see.
Yeah.
Dark
Okay,
Talon will
just making sure I'm understanding this correctly.
Dark Talon will say, "Come back here, you crazy monkey."
Mm,
And as you turn to look at Dark Talon and turn back, you see that this light has continued on and is now getting further away and approaching the cracked doors of the main entry.
Well, at this point, Radolin would walk to the entryway and puts his ear to the door to give a listen.
Altern's just kind of being casually looking around, perceiving things, and then slowly following with his teammates. He doesn't seem to be talking or acting yet, as far as anyone can tell. So,
All right. So as you put your ear up to the door, you see Radlin go up and put his ear up to the door, and in between the gap of the two doors, you see this orb of light sort of flow between and then into the building. Radlin, as you put your ear up to this door, you hear. Silent moans coming somewhere from within the depths of this building. And just as you take your ear, start to take your ear away from the door, you hear what sounds like a distant shriek that cuts off as soon as your ear is actually no longer in contact with the door. When you place your ear back against it again, You hear only silence.
Reynolds would shake his head. This place bears nothing but evil omens.
Then it is my perfect place to be.
But the goddess bids us in, so in we must go. And as he say this, he'll push open the door.
All right, and as you're opening the door, you see a light only for a second. It coalesces into the shape of a person that suddenly flies towards you with a scream. Ah! I
And
need you to make a Constitution save for me.
alright, that I can do. I didn't thank God for having proficiency bonus in Constitution saves. So it'll be 15 plus 8, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23.
23. All right. All of a sudden, your vision is completely overtaken, and you just see a woman held by what you assume must be two orderlies. No, you have to let me go. You have to let me go. She stomps on one of their feet and manages to put her elbow into the other one's stomach and begins running. And just as she breaks through the door, you see an axe fly and strike directly into her back. And about 15 feet outside of the front doors of the building, she falls dead. Your vision suddenly returns to you, and you see the tattered entry hall of Tod Friedlich.
Radeline, during this image, would just be... He's down on one knee as his vision returns, holding on to... He reaches into his armor and grabs hold of his mother's holy symbol. And shakes it off and notices the track of feet that Dark Talon was studying earlier, and calls out to his companion, "I found where those tracks came from."
You did you? Are you all right? It looked like, from my perspective, that you fell to a knee as soon as you opened up the door. And there was nothing there.
This place is possessed. The footsteps, they are of a human woman. She was a patient or potential patient of this place. Two orderlies had hold of her and she got away, and then an axe felled her.
That sounds more like a prisoner than it does a patient.
I thought exactly. Remind me once we retrieve the artifact to raise this place to the ground. And with that, he'll put away his holy symbol and stand up.
And as you say those words, you hear come from somewhere deep inside of the building. Soon as you see the open doorway in front of you, you see that in a lopsidedly hanging chandelier, one of its chains having broken through rot and decay over time, the glowing orb now seems to sit in the place of what would be a large central candle within the chandelier.
Okay. Seeing how I see my orb friend, I'm going to go after it and see if I can grab it again. I'm obsessed with this orb. What can I say? I have an intelligence of 10.
All right.
I like
Radolin
It's shiny.
grabs hold of his spear and grasps it, walking into the place.
All right. So, tell me, how are you going about trying to get at this sphere? It's hanging from a chandelier that's currently about 10 feet above the ground, the base of, or the lowest part of which would be the left side of it that's sort of hanging lower than the right.
Do we all see it, or is it
No,
still
it's a
just?
soul.
You all see the
Hmm.
chandelier. He's the only one that actually sees this light.
Okay, I just wanted to stay on track.
Is there a second floor?
There is a second floor to the
But you would
to
have
the
heard
building.
Radolin, if you were awake at this point, I don't know if your character was. But Radolin would have told you most of the second floor had collapsed in on itself.
Well, I just need the balcony, because what I would do is jump up on the floor, not, going over the railing if there is a railing. Use that to kind of jump at the chandelier to grab the orb.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, there is a second floor balcony. However, the staircase leading up to it is fairly rotted. So I'll
You're
need you to
talking to
make
the
an.
monkey king.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I'll need you to make an acrobatics check to make your way up it, as basically as you're stepping on it, it's sort of disintegrating beneath your feet.
Okay. How many acrobatics checks?
Just
one?
an acrobatics check. Yeah.
Okay. That was a crappy roll, but that's a 13.
A 13. All right. You managed to basically just by the tips of your fingers grab on to the balcony, which even crumbles away somewhat as you are now holding on to part of this balcony that would have been attached to the stairs, and you're now hanging inside of sort of a gaping hole in this staircase as you're able to pull yourself up and onto the balcony above. The floor, the wooden boards creak and moan underneath your feet, and as you move to the railing to make your jump over to the chandelier. And as you do so, you manage to catch onto it, but you feel its weight giving way underneath you as soon as you make it onto the chandelier. So give me an acrobatics check, and this is to see if you manage to stick your hand into this orb before the chandelier falls.
Okay. Hopefully it's better than a 2 than what I did last time. And how about a 27?
All right. So the chandelier crashes to the ground, and you put your hand right into this orb as it does. Your sight leaving you for a moment as you see stone, dark, moldy stone. You see rats. You see bones. Just flashes. Blood on a table. And finally you see a face, contorted, scarred, mangled almost beyond recognition. And between its lipless teeth you hear it slip the words, "Hello there." And the next thing you know, the chandelier hits the floor and your reflexes take over and you manage to tumble backwards, landing sort of on your feet in a crouched position next to Radolin in the entry hall. You see the orb still hanging there in the air, where it once was when the chandelier was in place.
Okay.
And you begin to hear the sound of footsteps coming down a set of stairs towards the balcony.
I'm going to make a like, damn it, kind of noise, because I really wanted that orb. And then once I hear those footsteps, I'm gonna kind of look towards that direction and put my hand, or I'm gonna put my hand on Radolin and shake it a little bit, and not say anything, and kind of actually put my finger over my mouth and just point towards the direction that I hear this noise.
Radolin will nod and look towards that direction as well.
As anyone who looks towards the staircase coming down to the upper balcony would see a figure, ghostly in appearance, apparently clad in some type of nightgown. You see what appear to have possibly been bloodstains on it. As it steps down the stairs, its face appears to be pulled back and contorted in a manner that almost permanently affixes it with a smile, and it just turns and cocks its head to the side. Son, I need you to make a Constitution save for me.
Alright. Wow. My dice hate me. This one's fired. I got a 6 total.
Wow,
I rolled
alright.
a 3.
At this point, like, Radolin has his spear, and in his other hand he has a flame bolt just ready.
So, with that, you just feel transfixed by this ghastly figure's eyes, as you almost feel like you're pulled into them, like almost as if you're being carried out to sea by a tide. And suddenly you find yourself in a darkened room, strapped down to a table. Well now, I believe I intend to try a new manner of mood correction on you. Yes, if we give you the outward appearance of happiness, well, eventually the feeling should set in. Here, it only will take a few incisions, and you begin to feel slicing into your flesh around your mouth, as you can feel like tissue being pulled away from your muscle and stretched back and stitched into place in unnatural ways. And then you awaken sort of writhing in pain on the floor, feeling all of this. You take 52 damage.
Holy crap. Okay.
Okay, so at this point, Radolin's seen this ghastly figure
And the ghastly figure, as you turn back from looking at your writhing friend on the floor, is no longer seen.
At this point, like, Radolin has, the flame bolts have released from his hands, and he turns to his friend and kneels beside him, grabbing hold of him.
Was that 52 or 58?
52.
Okay.
From outside the door, would Dark Talon see him, see Soon writhing?
Yeah, you would see him writhing. You would hear him screaming out in agony.
Okay.
Basically holding his face, or attempting to grab onto his face. To all appearances of anyone who is watching, it looks like he was basically like slammed down into the floor, all of his limbs sort of pulled away from him and stretched out, and he just began screaming as you literally see like his flesh beginning to tear open around his mouth.
Okay. Seeing this, Dark Talon will definitely go basically charging on in to see if he can assist and see what's going on. Seeing no actual enemy that really was upon him.
You would see then Radolin standing over him, trying to shake him out of his transfigurement, and once he is await, he basically like tries to help him up and just like analyzes him. Just like trying to get a sense as to what has happened and trying to figure out what he can do to help.
Give me Arcana or Religion.
Okay, Arcana would be my better one, I'd say. Actually, both would be the same, funnily enough.
Can I do anything, Josh, at this point, or I'm kind of stuck?
No. You're no longer helpless. That's why when they see you writhing is when you were released, as you're finally able to like grab your face.
20.
Okay.
20? Alright, so you can see that effectively the cuts and scars that have appeared on Sun's face almost like exactly match those you saw on the ghastly figure up on the balcony.
Soon is going to reach in his backpack and pull out, I'm going to say 2 bottles of the lowest cure wound things and drink them both. Whichever, I think it's just cure light wounds, isn't that what it's called? I don't remember now.
The lowest one is just, cure light wounds, I think. Or a potion of cure wounds, I think. It's like 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Or 2d4 plus 1 or something like
Yeah,
that.
2d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Altern, while his companions are helping Sun, he's just looking up at the balcony where the spirit thing was.
You see some steam and the scorch marks from where the flame bolt hit the wall behind where the figure was standing. But other than that, no other signs of where it once stood.
He'll look Randall will take a deep breath and noticing Soon's form heal a bit better. He'll look at Dark Talon and say, "This place, we need to be careful."
And Dark Talon and Sun, you both hear the sound of what almost sounds like a very hushed sigh, as you're pretty sure you just felt the floor almost feel like it was letting out a breath of air beneath your feet.
Damn, Dark Talon will say, this building, it's alive and dying all at the same time.
Yes, I think so. But let us move, and Goddess protect us all.
Now, is the
As you begin looking around... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Is the floor in here, is it dust covered for the most part?
No, it's damp and dank. There's most of the floorboards are in some sort of rotting and mildew.
Okay.
The fact that the boards are numerous is the only reason that you're able to sort of find hard footing. And in many places, you can see holes in the floor that expose the foundation beneath.
Okay.
Looking around. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
With that, if we look, Dark Talon will look through some of the holes and what can he see down there besides just the foundation? Anything at all, or is it too small? The hole's too small to really capture much of a picture.
Well, the foundation is definitely stone, and you can tell by the way that it's been cut from very large blocks that it also must form a ceiling for whatever floor lies beneath. Otherwise, much smaller stones could have been used. And looking around the area from the entryway that leads to the west, or that led into the building from the east to the west, you see a door to your north, as well as two doors to the south directly off of the entryway it, that lead up to sort of the grand chamber where the chandelier that's now crashed on the floor was hanging. There's a staircase to the north that leads up to the balcony where the gruesome figure was before. And off of that, you see a pair of double doors that you assume may lead back outside. You can see some glass on the windows, and the heavily darkened shadows beyond sort of betray the look of perhaps a courtyard. Beyond that, continuing to the west, you see that the corridor continues until terminating into a doorway to the west, and off of that corridor there is another door to the north and two further to the south.
Okay. Dark Talon will recount what he saw as far as the larger stonework down through the floorboards in the foundation, and there again restate the condition of the floorboards and sturdy to the rest of the group. And ask which door they would like to try.
Do any of the doors look like they're locked in some way?
Most of the doors look like they bear locks. However, most of them, because of their various states of decay, are either you see like in many cases, the handle has rotted and fallen off, or in some you can see that the hinges have rotted. It seems as though metal has almost weathered even worse here than the wood for some reason, as it seems like the metal in this building is in a more advanced state of decay than that of the wood. And so you can see hinges that have rotted away, and doors are just sort of sitting in their frames. One door you can see has sort of half rotten away and fallen, hanging only by a single hinge, sort of jammed into the doorway at an angle almost, that looks like it leads into possibly a stairwell. A small stone room that doesn't appear to be lit by any means.
Alter will start walking towards the half-rotted one that still has the hinge got a connection to it.
Okay. As you peer into the stone room beyond, do you have dark vision? I forget.
I'm a warforged, so I don't think I do.
Okay. So you can see sort of very shadowly illuminated from Rattlin's light outside in the main entry. You can see that there are obviously this room steps down just beyond the doorway, and a stone floor into which there are stone stairs set in that go downwards.
Rattlin, seeing him walk down, would send one of the orbs of light down with him. follow him so he could see. Because honestly, Radolin has dark vision because of his belt. He mostly just has the lights for this moment for his own comfort, really.
Gotcha.
So he'll send one of the orbs of light so he can see a bit better.
Didn't you say... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Justin.
Well, I was just going to ask, didn't you say, Josh, there were stairs going down?
Yeah, there's stairs going down inside the room. Inside the room that Altern is now looking into.
Okay.
Alton will head down the stairs.
All right.
Are you going to let us know that you're going down these stairs, or are we still up above?
I mean, he's got metal feet. You would probably hear him walk off.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's not like I'm sneaking.
Dark Talon to help Soon up off the floor if he hasn't already regained his footing.
Radolin will walk down, or walk with him, walk up to where he was heading, and what he'll do, because he partly wants to test the Fury and partly wants to allow Altern to see, he'll coalesce all 4 orbs into a humanoid figure to follow alongside the Warforged.
All right. So Altern, as you step into this stone room, your footfalls sort of clang on the hard stone floor, but are quickly muffled. As you begin walking down the stairs, you see this strange black moss or mold that seems to be growing upon the staircase and up the walls as it's illuminated by this luminous being that now ventures next to you in patterns that almost resemble that of veins. As a matter of fact, in certain spots, you're almost sure you see them coursing as though they were writhing with some sort of vital essence. And as you continue to descend down the stairs, you hear a distant scream, followed by a few quick footsteps, and a shh.
I fear no spirits. But he'll slow down his walking just a tiny bit.
Alright. As you cautiously descend from the staircase, you come out of a sort of cutaway in the wall of a large stone room. Broken tables, chairs seem to be strewn about it. A grouping of tattered rugs in one area seems to have almost completely molded away, only the heavier threads surviving to leave behind the skeleton of what you can see was once a beautiful floor tapestry. And in the northwest corner of this room, you begin to hear music as you see a piano. It starts off slowly, and then I need you to make a Constitution save for me.
As they start down the stairs, Dark Talon will follow on into the room where the Radolin and the Warforged have entered and started migrating.
That will be a 22.
All right. So suddenly you see you see a girl, young girl, couldn't possibly be older than maybe 7. Her eyes look broken, as though she's almost soulless. Sits and plays with near perfection a song. You've heard it before, one of the times when you were in Steimgard. It's a common song, a children's song, a nighttime, bedtime song. Suddenly a misplayed note, and you see a large man slam down the key cover onto her hands. And as she screams in pain and pulls her hands forth, you see that several of her fingers have been completely severed. And your vision comes back and you see the bleak room, now only dimly lit by the luminous figure that stands next to you.
Altern is going to be absolutely pissed. And he is going to quickly approach this piano and attempt to break it to pieces.
All right. So I mean, it's in a fairly advanced state of decay. As a matter of fact, the only thing that seems to have weathered time with any sort of dignity are the ivory keys that, while covered in dust and beginning to be covered in that same mold as you look around at the wreckage of your fit of rage, the piano crushed underneath the might of your blade, like oh so much dead wood. And all of you would hear the commotion of the smashing and banging of what sounds like a piano being destroyed, echoing up from the stone staircase that Altern has descended into only a few moments before.
Dark Talon will head towards the ruckus that's being done, and to see if there's any assistance that he can give to Altern, figuring that there must be some kind of attack going on.
Madeline would walk in, and he doesn't seem worried. In fact, he seems curious. What did you see?
Altern will turn around and basically explain the vision he had of the girl and the extremely abusive man and the severing fingers and such. But he'll end it with, "We can find the mortal that did that to her. The afterlife will be the last place he wants to be."
Indeed. The
And
spirits
after
of this place are in unrest. They cry out for ears to listen to their tales.
And after you finish those words, you hear a dry, almost desiccated in sharp contrast to the heavy, dewy, mildewy realm that you currently find yourselves in. Whether the sound was actually audible or only heard in the back of your mind, you're unsure. As you look about the room around you, you can see that off of this large room lead 2 corridors, one to the east and one to the west. each of which seem to terminate in another somewhat larger chamber about half the size of the grand one that you find yourselves in now.
Which one appears to be in the best shape?
Down here, there's lots of moss and mildew and things like that covering the walls, the floor, but as far as the actual building itself, it seems like it's pretty structurally sound down here, having all been carved from stone. There are a few spots where you even notice where water has been dripping through for some time, and small stalactites and stalagmites have begun to form amongst clusters of this Icarus mold that seems to grow about everything. Near them, you almost swear that you see the vein-like tendrils of the mold pulsing stronger, as if it's drinking up the water.
Alan will walk to the wall and observe this moss and lift an armored hand and feel for it and listen for if it's a pulse or if it's simply the moss absorbing water.
As you come closer and look at it more carefully, you're pretty sure it's just reverberations disturbed by the dripping water. However, on closer inspection, it seems completely still. Even though every time you seem to back away, it begins to take the appearance of pulsing veins yet again.
And what happens if I were to actually touch the moss and veins?
I don't know. Are you going to touch the moss and the veins?
Yeah, I have an armored hand. So I lift an armored hand and feel it.
As you do, it easily scrapes away, leaving behind, sort of a black mark on the small stalagmite that you sort of scraped it away from, and it sits on your gauntleted hand for a second, and you begin to notice that the glimmer of your armor sort of starts to tarnish around this mold, leading away from it, sort of dulling and graying it a bit.
I'll grab a bit of cloth and clean it off.
Dark Talon's gonna, while seeing this, is gonna pick a patch of this moss and whatnot and cast frostbite on it and see what the reaction is to it.
The moss freezes, obviously, and sort of crumbles away, but you notice that the moss around the area that you froze quickly recoils, and Sun and Dark Talon, you almost swear you hear a gasp somewhere within this floor of the building, and you feel what almost feels like a shudder of pain reverberate throughout the floor.
Dark Talon will turn around and let the other party members know that if you damage the moss, at least with cold, since that's what he can attest to right now, that it causes whatever being that's possessing this, or Psyche that's possessing this building, some pain.
Mm. Then let us move on. And he'll put away his cloth and picked up his spear in his hand and looked in both directions at the two separate pathways.
Yeah, on the pathways, you said it was east and west, right?
Yeah, east and west.
Okay.
So, you look down the eastern corridor and then turn to look down the western, and they almost look like basically carbon copies, as if this level of the building is symmetrical, other than the western corridor. You see two less doors down. However, as you turn to look down the western corridor, you notice just for a brief second out of the corner of your eye, you're almost sure you see the silhouette of a shadowy figure at the end of the hall on the eastern side. As you immediately double take to look back down the hall, there appears to be nothing there. But you do notice at the end of the hall, on a sconce on the wall, the glowing light now sits.
Oh.
Well, seeing how there's the glowing orb, I'm gonna go after it.
And Dark Talon will
But-
follow behind him.
But
Um,
yeah, like I'm not gonna go beelining for it. I'm gonna kind of take a step forward and stop and kind of look around, looking in all directions, up, down, left, right, center, and then take a few more steps and just kind of like, because what happened last time, I went after this orb, bad shit happened. So I'm gonna take my time this time.
All right. As you start walking down the corridor, as you pass doors directly across from one another, you hear what sounds like the rattling of a cup against metal bars coming from one side, and from the other, for just a moment, you hear, "Please, sir, help me. Please." And almost instantly, the noise is gone, but you find yourself standing directly in between two doors, one leading to the north and one leading to the south, both of which have small glass panes built into them. The one to the north has cracked and mostly broken away. The one to the south, the glass pane still remains intact. In the heavy iron door,
Is the orb still there?
yeah, the orb is still sitting there in the wall sconce.
Okay, I'm gonna try to grab it again.
Alright, so as you move closer to the orb, past yet another set of doors, you hear from the north a sharp scream that pierces the back of your mind. As you turn to look, you see the iron door to this room sits somewhat ajar, and to the right of it, the orb sits in the sconce.
Dark Talon will call to the other two members of the party and say, "Soon seeing something, he's chasing after it again."
At this, Radolin will turn to Soon. The spirits here are angry. I would not suggest unsettling them any more than they already are. We need to find any way to free them.
Can I make an insight check to see if I think this orb is not necessarily dangerous, but trying to cause us harm, or is it just trying to relive or show us what's happened here?
I will let you make a knowledge, or I will let you make an Arcana check to try to figure out what this orb is, and if you divine that, then you can determine what its intent is.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna make an Arcana check because I don't think I would know. Like, even if I did roll like a 20 or anything like that, because I do have, an 8
Yeah.
intelligence and -1 on all my stats except for the religion. So
Okay.
Like
That's just-
like one of the few people here who have the Arcana knowledge that does not see this. Okay. Do I know that he has been chasing after an orb?
I haven't mentioned it, so
Yeah, he hasn't actually said it. He's just been acting like a madman.
Yeah,
I
like
did
he's
point at it, and nobody, took notice of it. So it's just like, well,
Okay.
what's the point? They can't
At this
see
point,
it. So
Radolin would probably ask, "What are you chasing after?"
he just got some bad bananas.
I'm gonna say it's the light that we saw back in the, and he's trying to point, back to where we started from, and he's like kind of lost, and so he's like pointing in two separate directions at this point. It's like back in the wait, and then he's noticed that he's pointing at two separate directions, and he's
Lord
like
Soon.
back at the beginning.
Lord Soon, this place plays with the mind because the spirits that are here have had their minds played with. I need to know what you are chasing. Maybe I can help discern what it is.
I'm gonna explain what I see, but do it kind of stupidly. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense to anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
what would
yeah,
it's a
what
light.
would I?
And it's. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't know about this orb. I do, on the other hand, know about the figure made of pure light that came at me screaming and sent me to my knee. Should I make a knowledge arcana check to see what all this is about?
To see what is about.
Like, this light, why these spirits are taking on light forms. I mean, that'll also be religion, maybe, as well.
I mean, you can roll knowledge religion.
Alright. That would be a... That'd be 14.
So the one thing that you've noticed is all of these spirits just seem to be acting like they're held here, almost like they're set on a track. The best way to describe it would be that as you come into the presence of where one of these spirits resides, it seems as though their intent is to show you their plight. However, unfortunately, it can have some rather dire consequences, as you've already found out.
Will I be able to discern what type of magic would be able to do this to these spirits?
You definitely know that something is holding them here. Otherwise, they would be able to pass on.
Can I make a separate knowledge or can check to like rattle my brain of what type of magic can do that to spirits?
Sure.
9. I'm rolling poorly here.
Your best guess, necromancy.
Okay, necromancy. Fair enough. That is actually somewhat helpful.
Dark Talon will say.
You're like, it must be magic that deals with dead things.
Dark Talon will say it must be that armor, the Psyche that or Psyche or whatever it is, this armor that we're supposed to be finding for the gods.
It could be.
It has to be the anchor point that's keeping all these poor souls from meeting their just rewards, whether it be to paradise or to hell.
Fair enough.
Since they're distracted, I'm gonna grab the orb.
Okay. Woohoo!
All right. As you touch the orb, you see a figure with a scalpel in hand, cutting into a patient while they're just letting out these somewhat muffled screams of pain. You then see this same figure walking away from your view past several cages where you see people that have been obviously carved into their heads in various places and ways. You see stitches on the temple of one. You see sutures that literally go from the base of the neck all the way to the bridge of the nose on another. And in a flash, you see that same contorted, decaying face. Which just this time says the words, "Have you come for treatment?" And then your perception flashes back to you, and the orb is now sitting in a sconce at the end of the room to your right. So in like this little alcove at the other end of the room to your east. Directly to your east.
Okay. When I went into the flash, is it the same basically room that we're in, or rooms that are around us?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was much earlier in this place's existence. You see torches lining the walls. You don't see this strange mold everywhere. You know, the place seemed to be in a much better state of upkeep, other than the bloodstains that you now sort of notice in certain spots around the floor where the mold is especially thick. You notice that they sort of mimic some of the bloodstains that you saw on the floors in those flashes.
The guy that walked away, is he in the same spot where the orb is? Or I should say, is the orb in the same spot where he was when the vision stopped?
No, when the vision stopped, you literally, it just looked like his face was directly in front of your field of vision, and all you could actually see was his decaying nose and mouth, and you saw like maggots crawling around inside of this person's like sort of neck, beneath what appeared to be a very tattered white coat.
Okay.
Madeline will walk to where his compatriots are and go towards the end of the hallway.
Alright, well, I think everybody else is still back in that main room, so before we continue on Sun's little jaunt to get this orb, what is everybody else doing?
As Dark Talon notices, soon going crazy, continually being affixed or going crazy in his mind, going kind of aloof or crazy, he's going to follow along with his party member just to make sure that he's safe and doesn't hurt himself.
All right. And as you go to turn and head down the east hall, for just a second out of the corner of your eye, you are almost sure you see a shadowy figure, dimly illuminated in the form of nothing but a silhouette, walk north from the room at the west end of the corridor connecting the main room that you currently find yourself in, and the other chamber that you see at the end of the west hallway.
And Dark Talon will say, "Look, do you see that? See that figure?" And point towards it.
And as you look, the figure is gone.
It must be a specter or something.
Yes, I imagine it is.
So, what is Luke doing while I'm down? Is it just me down the hall, or is anybody else with me?
Dark Talon and Altern are still in the main chamber where Altern smashed the piano, and Rattling is making his
Altern is actually looking on the floor to see if he can see if there's any traces of those fingers that were snipped off, so to speak.
As you dig through sort of the wreckage of the piano, you do find some very small, what could possibly have once been finger bones, though they seem to, as you pull them out, they almost appear to look like polished ivory, almost as though they've been picked clean as you wipe away this algae or mold from them.
He's going to collect them and put them in a little bag on his waist.
Dark Talon said earlier that he was following Soon to a degree to keep an eye on that when he was going down after the orbs or orb, but and trying to keep that continuity between both sides of the group.
Right, I got you. The corridors only extend down about 40 feet either way off of the main chamber that you guys are in before opening up again into another chamber. So Sun stands sort of at the end of the eastern hall, right at the edge of the eastern chamber. Altern would be in the northwestern portion of the main chamber that the staircase led down to, and Rattling would be close behind Sun in the hallway. And Rattling, you would hear those same disturbances as you walked past the doors in that hallway as well.
Alan looks to his companions and says, I think it's best if we ignore these disturbances and try and find our way through the rest of this place. I imagine it better for our psyches if we do.
I'm going to turn to Rattling and ask, do you have a bucket? I need a bucket. And then he looks at your helmet and is like, that's not a bucket, but this will do. And I start to reach for it. I'm going to let you stop me if you wish.
I take off my helmet and hand it to you.
Okay. I'm going to take the bucket, turn it upside down, and then take my alchemy jug and start pouring water into it.
He's lost his mind.
I'm going to sit there and let it fill up. And then once it's full, Oh shit! I forgot about the eye holes. Well, I'm gonna put my hands over the eye holes so that way water won't, constantly keep pouring out of it. But once it's full, I'm gonna then cast bless on the water, hopefully turning it into holy water, and then pour it out onto the ground and see what effects that will. I'm gonna pour, a little bit on the ground and then a little bit on the moss, and then try to splash that orb with a little bit of holy water, just kind of like throwing holy water everywhere, just to see what will happen, kind of deal. It's like, this is
Rellin will
mine. I
just
throw holy water on it.
Armed.
Okay, so you're
Look at
throwing
you.
throwing holy water everywhere around the just around you, like in this hallway that you're standing in right now, or where are you
In the
throwing?
hallway, in the rooms, like
Are you
literally
opening? Okay, are you opening any of those doors to throw them into those rooms?
No, I'm just gonna throw it on the door.
Okay.
Like, just kind of throw it on the door, and if there's like wherever that orb went, I'm mainly kind of concerned with that orb. I want to throw most of the majority of the water on the orb and see what happens. I don't know if you will let me, bless this water and turn it into holy water, or if I have to put my holy symbol in it, whatever. But I
All
figured,
right. So as you sort of like splash this holy water around, you see that mold that's sort of around the room begin to sizzle and steam and smoke, and the door that was sitting ajar next to you that you heard the shriek come from slams shut, and you just hear an ear-piercing scream in the back of your mind, and I need you to make a Constitution save for me.
best use of a first level spell ever. No, I'm joking. Wow. This dice is oh yeah, I have resistance going. It is, you said a saving throw, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I got an 8.
Oh,
All right.
God.
With a 2.
So all of a sudden, this scream sort of coalesces as your vision fades, and you find yourself strapped into this strange sort of table chair-like situation where your face is literally strapped down to a harness that it's being held against like a mask, and you just feel this mind-numbing pain as you hear this, sort of sound, and you just feel the grating of saw teeth into your skull, and you take 52 damage as you collapse into the floor.
Awesome.
Now
The holy water
bleeding
spreads
profusely
throughout
from the back of your head, and as you take your hand away, Rattling, you see that literally a piece of you see a scar, almost like a piece of his skull was once removed.
Mm. Damn it, you damn idiots. And he will, and he'll look down at him, lift him up, and let's see, what do I have to try and make sure he Divine Favor, Shield of Faith, what would those do? Alright. That's just a hitting deal. And Shield of Faith. No, it's a one word. Okay. So, Ranelin will sit him upright and inspect his skull, and then, sort of tearfully avoiding the star, hit him upside the head. What did I tell you? These spirits have no idea of what damage they can do.
Does Dark Talon notice this going on?
Yeah, you would just hear Sun just start letting out this blood-curdling scream as all of a sudden
Again?
his body was contorted. Yeah, his body was basically contorted to look as though it was strapped into a into this like chair table apparatus that he saw himself in the vision.
Dark Town will holler, or not necessarily holler at top of your lungs, but loud enough so it carry, hopefully. What's wrong, Soon? Rattling, what's going on? Are you under attack?
No, we're not under attack. Soon decided he wanted to mess with the orb again. And it
But it's shiny.
struck him again.
Dark
Soon
Town,
I'm about ready to strap you down myself to keep you from killing yourself.
You might have to at this rate. You're doing a pretty good job at it.
Aldrin will be approaching Sun and I forget his name.
Rattling.
Rattling. Sun Rattling, and kind of give them a. Who would be looking at them with an eyebrow raised if he had eyebrows? Like, why didn't you try talking to them first?
I imagine any seances would end in a very similar manner.
Aldrin holds up the little bag that he has and says, I think we may be able to change our odds.
Okay. At this moment, I'm going to cast Beacon of Hope, and then drink the healing potion, and then probably cast 2 more healing spells to regain some hit points at this point.
All right. And as you're sort of like quaffing that last healing potion, and you're just sort of eyeballing this orb, with a sort of an angry gaze as you all find yourselves in the eastern chamber now. The only thing adorning this chamber are some broken frames from what you assume were once paintings that appear to have been ripped from within their frames, as well as a small table and chairs that have mostly been smashed into pieces, and the table lies tumbled over and half rotted away from the strange mold that seems to be growing everywhere. But the orb just sort of fades out from the wall sconce and dissipates. And Dark Talon, you notice a face beyond the glass in the heavy iron door to the north of this chamber, and suddenly a green mist begins flowing forth from beneath the door.
Dark Talon seeing the face and like this, and then all this strange activity, damage to his party member, he will shoot an Eldritch Blast at this face.
Awesome. Go for it.
Let's see here. That's a 15 plus. It will be a 15 plus a 7, so that's a 22 to hit.
All right.
And, well, all of 6 points of damage.
All right. So you, Sun, your confusion about the fading out of the orb is suddenly dissipates as you see a streak of light go, flying across the room from next to you at the door to the north of the room, when suddenly you see it strike against what is obviously not shimmering glass, but some strange barrier that seems to ripple. and illuminated behind the barrier is the face that you've seen the 2 times that you've touched this orb. The gas flowing out from underneath the door begins to rise up around you all, beginning to sort of choke into your lungs, and I'll need everybody to make a Constitution save and roll initiative.
Excellent, Charles.
Can I bring up something? I don't need to breathe, so would I actually have lungs?
No, so you won't. You will be immune to this particular
You'll be
situation.
fine.
Yeah, you're good.
I rolled
Why are
a
you
20
joking?
on my con save.
I got an 8 again.
And
20 on your con
Jesus, you're
save.
gonna be dead. Yeah, 20 on my con
Okay.
save, and then let me roll initiative.
Oh yeah, initiative.
That'll be a
Wondering if
7
it's
for
gonna
my
be an 8
initiative.
again.
So Sun, Dark Talon, what did you get on your con save? Oh, 14. 14. All right. So Sun and Dark Talon, you guys are both going to take 25 damage as this vapor begins choking your air supply out. Rattling, you manage to hold your breath somewhat, and you will only take 12.
Alright.
The time I needed to roll a 20, I got it for initiative.
Hey man, you had to get a 20 at
So-
some point, right?
Alright,
And you said 25 damage?
Correct.
hmm.
And if everybody can either tell me your initiative or throw it in chat. Chester, I
7.
see yours. 7? Okay.
Alright. So,
Wait a minute. Did I put 28 for my initiative?
Yeah.
Or is it 25? It should be 25. I don't know why I put 28.
Okay. You're still at the top
Oh,
of the
I'm
group.
getting the
so-
extra 3. Okay. So are we ready to go, or?
Give me just a second. All right. So yes, that Sun, you were up first in initiative order.
Okay.
So this thing is whatever it is on the other side of this heavy iron door.
Then what was that bit about the ripple? The ripple.
There's
in
a
the
small
barrier?
like porthole in the iron
Oh.
door where a
Okay.
window would be, and what looked like a window, but is obviously not, as it just sort of like rippled as it was hit by the blast, which dissipated the blast.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to. Let's see. Has anybody else been damaged, or is it just me and Ridley?
I've been
that's
damaged.
That's it.
Only by 12
Okay.
points.
I was damaged by the gas,
Poison.
like you were.
Okay.
25.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word, and because I already have Beacon of Hope going, so that's 4 plus my spell mod, which is 5. So everybody gets 9 hit points back.
Word.
So, and with that, I'm going to move to the side of the door and just have my bow staff out ready.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action and hold. If this door opens, and if this creature comes out, I'm gonna beat the crap out of it.
All right.
Because Mass Healing Word is a bonus action.
It
So
may not open in the traditional way you're hoping, but let's see.
All right. So next up in initiative order is going to be Altair.
I'm going to rage.
He's gonna hold smash a mofo.
Good man.
And my other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to. Is there a handle on the door?
There is a handle on the door. Yes.
Would there be enough space for me to put one hand on the handle and one hand on the other side of the iron door?
To like hold on to the handle and then reach through the window thing.
No, I want to pull the door off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you could grab onto the edge of it and grab onto the door handle, yeah. If that's on
Rip
the
it off
edge of
its hinges.
the window portal. Absolutely.
Alrighty. So, strength check?
Yeah. We'll make it athletics.
Oh. Oh my, okay.
Don't forget to roll with advantage since you're raging.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, crap. Oh, okay, critical.
Awesome.
He just rips the door off its hinges and beats the die with it.
All right.
If it wasn't a critical, like if it was a 20, that would be that'd be a 33.
That's awesome. All right, so you tear this door off of its hinges, and you're standing there looking this thing in the face now, and I forget. Raging. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, just sort of staring this thing in the face now. But that is your action. But you have this door in your hands. You can drop it if you so choose.
I'll keep holding onto it for a minute.
Okay. Awesome. And then in initiative order, that would make it his turn. So you see this thing just hold up this sort of withered, decaying hand that you see these like maggots sort of writhe away from and up into the sleeve as it does. And as it moves, you see this old sort of mold-ridden white coat that it wears sort of drift away, and underneath you see that it appears to be its chest cavity looks like it's coated in some sort of silvery metal, and in the center of which sits a brain that sort of writhes almost like a beating heart. And as he holds up his finger, he just unleashes forth a blinding ray of light directly into you. And I will need you to make a dexterity save into Alter.
Did you say he moved?
No, not like he lifted up his hand. He didn't actually move.
I was hoping he moved into the room so I could beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, no such luck. And I don't know if you rolled your save, Luke, but you're muted.
Oh, sorry, 1 second.
Oh, yeah, no, it's all good.
So a dex
What save was it?
Yeah, dex save.
Okay.
Not with advantage.
Yes, with advantage.
Oh,
We have advantage on... Yeah, we have advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws. Because of Beacon of Hope.
that would be a 15 then.
A 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I gotcha. A 15 total? Alright, so, with that, I need to roll damage. Actually, we'll just do it average because that's going to be way easier.
Is he
So
within
you-
5 feet of me?
What's that?
Is he within 5 feet of me?
Yeah.
Okay, just wondering.
Okay. Yeah, no, he is currently within 5 feet of you, and this ray strikes you, and you take 92 damage.
I'm still up.
Sounds like it might hurt. And doesn't he take half because he's raging?
No, because I don't think he is Totem of the Bear.
No.
So
No.
he only reduces slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing damage.
And this is neither of any of those.
Yes, no, it is definitely not any of those. This is force damage. And with that, you see him sort of almost like he floats backwards away from you all and around the corner behind, but Luke, you will get an attack of opportunity against him as he moves away, if you would like to use your reaction to do so.
Yep. I would like to hit him with the door.
All right.
Hmm. Oh, it wouldn't be an advantage, I suppose.
What's up?
It wouldn't be with advantage?
Oh, no, it would be with advantage. I mean, you can attack. That's up to you. You can choose to attack recklessly.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. No, I won't even attack recklessly. I'll just go with it. Plus my normal attack bonus?
Yeah, and we'll call it a D10 improvised weapon. Yeah, plus your normal melee attack bonus.
Alright. So that would be 25.
25 to hit. That will hit.
How much damage does an iron door do?
So we'll call it a D10 improvised weapon. Just based on its size. I think normally improvised weapons are only supposed to go up to 8, but it's a door, so.
It's a mother effing iron door.
Yeah, right, you know. Well, we can ad hoc it. It's cool.
Okay. Roll D10. 1. Plus, that would be 12 damage.
All right. So you see the iron door like slam into him. It seems like it pushes him back, but doesn't seem to phase him too terribly much as he floats away and around the corner from where you currently are. And then that will be Dark Talon's turn.
All right, Dark Talon still can see him, right?
No.
No?
He is basically he's gone away from the other side of the door to the north that Luke has ripped off the hinges, that Altair has ripped off the hinges, and he just proceeded to float 20 feet back and then around a corner.
Okay, and that gas is still there, right?
The gas around you is dissipating. It seemed like it just sort of filled up the room and, dissipated very quickly afterwards. It doesn't seem to be lingering.
Because Dark Talon used the boom there for the control wind and cause a gust of wind to blow the gas back down the hallway or whatever is there to clear the hallway.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And since he can't see him at this juncture, and we got the bodies in front, he'll just ready in action in case he pops back up or something else does, for an Eldritch Blast cantrip.
All right. So with that, all of a sudden, Sun, you see like from this mold on the floor begins to sort of coalesce into this writhing, beating tendril that has like what appears to be a strange like multi-fingered sucker at the end of it and just lunges forward, attempting to attach itself to you. And I will need you to roll a deck save for me, I believe. Let me double check that. No, a Constitution save.
Oh, he's been doing lovely on those so far.
13.
Now as Dark Talon was ready to the Eldritch Blast and like that, and he sees this, he can release that, right?
Release the Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Sure. If you would like to do so.
At this tender.
Yeah.
Okay. 18, 19, 16, and a 20 for four of them that go on out.
All right.
So, which ones hit?
Oh, they all hit.
Oh, okay.
You just splatter this tendril into like moldy, gooey ooze all over the Sun and the back onto the floor. But it's no longer in its form. You know, the piece that had attached itself to him just sort of like, you know, drips away from you, no longer in a formation of the strange sucking appendage that it was. And then Rattlin, that'll be your turn.
So, alright. So, an arrangement of people. Can I see the floor?
Yeah.
That is adjacent to the corner that he turned.
Yes.
Alright. So then I will... Rattlin will form his hands and, with an arcane utterance, and Lute's character would see this, a wall of flames just bursts up and then goes down the hallway where he turned.
Okay.
And he will need to make a death save because it's going to be going straight down that hallway for a solid...
How wide is it?
It's 1 foot thick,
Okay.
and it's 60 feet long and 20 feet high.
Okay. And you said a dex save?
Yeah, death save.
Okay.
A death save versus DC 18.
What the... Hold on. There we go. Alright. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Alright, so it's a D8 damage. 5d8. So that will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 fire damage.
All right. And then that's back to the top of initiative order. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, unless you're not done.
And then, yeah, so on one side of the wall, when I cast the spell, so I'm going to say the right side of the wall, if he ends his turn within 10 feet or inside the wall of that side of the wall or inside the wall, he takes another 5d8 damage.
Okay, cool. All right, so then Sun, that's your go.
So this guy basically ran. Well, I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah, you didn't even see where this guy went. All you know is like Luke was standing there with, or Altair was standing there with rips the door off of the hinges, gets blasted in the face by some sort of, glowing, molten-looking ray, and then like jams the door through the doorway. You hear it make contact with something, and then the next thing you know, Rattlin's casting a spell down the hall, and you hear the crackling of flames.
Did I pass my con save with a 13?
No, you failed, but he destroyed the.
Okay.
Charles destroyed the tendril.
All right. Well,
That effect doesn't do any direct damage. It causes something else to happen.
Okay. In this case, I'm going to pull out a bottle of superior healing and down that.
Okay.
Because, yeah. And I still have Beacon of Hope activated, so that's maximum on healing. So that's a shit ton of hit points back for me. And I'm just going to kind of... Can I make a perception check to see... Actually, can I be on the lookout and kind of be watching our backs, or to see if this guy's going to pop out of any of the other doors or anything like that, or anything else is going to pop out? So basically, so we cannot be surprised with anything else like that sucker thing again.
Well, that just formed out of the mold that was on the ground. So.
Well, I just want to give like a warning to anyone else that might get attacked, so they won't be surprised either by an
Okay, so
attack
you're basically holding your action to aid somebody else on like their saving throw if something like that comes up.
Yeah, I want to give advantage to somebody else.
Okay,
basically.
cool. I'm good with that.
I can't really do anything else.
All right. That is the case. Then that will make it. Altair, it's your go. So you see the flaming corridor before you. You know this thing receded around the corner the turn before.
I'm gonna also in the corner.
All right. So you're going to charge around the corner into the fire?
Around it.
There's, from the way that he cast the spell, it's basically a line of fire going straight down that hall. So there's pretty much not a way to go around it.
If he were... Hold on. Let me reread. Well, if he's within 10 feet, the creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn.
Right, and the damage is facing towards the room that you guys are in.
Did I? I said right. So...
Right.
Right side of the wall. Which I don't know how that relates to the room. I mostly just tested that way, as I kind of figured he wasn't expecting it.
You want it away from the room that you guys are in?
Yeah,
So
it
north.
doesn't even matter.
So
Yeah.
the heat is radiating to the north.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't even matter, because as soon as he enters near the wall, he'll get burnt. Doesn't matter which side he goes on.
Oh, okay.
The direction of it is for someone ending their turn within 10 feet of it, or inside the wall.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not even sure how big the corridor that the person receded down is. That's why
The corridor is about 10 feet wide. It's 10 feet wide, and it's 10 feet, around the corner as well.
Yeah, so my 5d8 is going to affect the die no matter what he does.
So, can our barbarian friend, I'm assuming it's a barbarian, can he move into the thing, throw the door, and then move back out before he takes fire damage?
No, because he takes damage as soon as he walks into
The
it.
second he walks into
Okay.
it.
Oh, wow. Never mind.
But on the other hand, if he wanted to stay away from the wall and just throw it down the corridor, he's a decent shot. He should be able to do it without any problem. I don't know, though.
He can't see around the corner, though. He would have to walk into the fire to throw it around the corner, unless you're trying to ricochet shot it like off of the other corner of the... In which case, I mean, I'll allow it, but a roll better be pretty epic. To ricochet shot a door at someone.
Hey, go big or go home. Well, technically we are
How
already
slippery is
home.
the floor on anyway?
I mean, not so slippery that it's actually causing you any sort of, movement apprehension.
Could I slide on it?
With an athletics check, sure.
Alright. I want to use the door as a slide and slide down the hallway.
Awesome.
What?
So you're basically surfing on flames with an iron door.
Essentially, yes.
I like it.
Rattling is utterly confused at this.
So I'm still raging, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, until you end your turn not adjacent to an enemy, you were still raging.
Nope. I have relentless, persistent rage. So it only ends if I fall unconscious or I choose to end it.
All right. Well, then yes, you're still raging.
But it only lasts for a minute.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Is that your
It's
secret?
still 10 rounds.
Is that your secret? You are always angry?
They call me Alter and Banner. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, let's get some purple paint and paint his legs purple.
Oh god.
So that
His
is
upper
a 21 for athletics check.
Awesome. You totally managed to like start going down this hallway, throw the door down, jump on top of it, which, protects you from the flames lapping up from the floor underneath the door, as you now find yourself like face to face with this thing that is also standing within the flames, though you see the flames lapping up around it in almost a spherical fashion and don't actually appear to be touching the creature.
Well, F. You can just toss me and say, "Call off the spell," and I'll drop it when it's my turn.
Yeah, but he's raging. He doesn't really know
That's
to
true.
say that.
He'll just be like, "Roar!" Alter smash.
All right, so that's just your movement. I'm gonna say that's your movement. Just your movement. So go to town, my friend.
So wait, I'm standing on the door and he's literally right in front of me?
Yeah, he was literally like right around the corner.
Alright. I forget how it works in 5th edition.
Mhm.
I would like to grapple him.
Oh, okay. You make an attack roll, like a melee attack roll. If you succeed, then we make opposed your strength versus his athletics. Or, I'm sorry, your athletics versus his athletics. And the next turn, if he's already grappled, he can attempt to escape via acrobatic.
I can't relentless attack my grapple, can I?
Grappling is an attack. So a grapple is a single attack. So if you have multiple attacks, you can grapple and then pummel.
I have extra attacks, so yeah, I could technically do.
Or you can pummel and then grapple. However you want to go about it. But a grapple only takes up a single one of your attacks. So if you have multiple attacks, you can grapple him and then do other attack actions as well.
Alright. So, oop. Oh.
Oh.
Roll the 1.
Oh no. Alright, so the grapple fails to make contact initially. Still have another attack though. You can try again or you can just attack him.
I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Huzzah! That's more like it. So that's 11 plus my strength plus my proficiency.
Yes. 11, yeah, it's basically just a d6 plus your... Oh, are you talking about for your attack roll?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, 11 plus strength plus proficiency.
So that'd be 24.
Alright, yeah, you definitely hit, so now let's roll off athletics. Which, don't forget your advantage.
Now, I rolled lower, but I have Indomitable Might, which is if my total for a strength check is less than my strength score, which it is, I can use my strength score in place of that total. So I've
Uh,
changed my 12 to a 25.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you definitely grapple him. All right, so he is absolutely grappled. However, after you grapple him, he like sort of grasps around your face with this decaying claw of a hand that he possesses. And what is your armor class?
22.
Which he does connect with. I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw, if you would, please. And you'll be taking 10 cold damage.
29.
29. Yeah, you definitely succeed the Constitution save.
I took how much full damage?
Just 10.
Okay.
Fur.
The
Alright.
last thing I'll turn will do will say, "Freeze, wizard."
Awesome. So then after Elturn, I believe that is his turn.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's what I thought. All right, so on his turn, you just hear this raspy voice, "Release me." And he claps both of his hands onto you again. Both making contact, and I will need you to make 2 Constitution saves.
Oh no.
You know, people said the enhance ability spell sucked. Now, I'm really wishing I had that spell so I can have the bear endurance to give myself advantage on Constitution saves and bonus
Well,
hit points.
I mean, at worst, I do have a wish spell that can do that.
All right, so you're going to take 26 cold damage from the 2 attacks total, and then what did you get on your saves? You're muted, Luke.
17 and 19.
All right, so 1 is unfortunately a failure, and you will be paralyzed for the next minute.
Uh,
All right, and then with that, he, shimmies out of your grasp,
so he shimmies out
and
his right. He
you watch the creature walking further away from you as it steps behind and then closes another heavy iron door. And then Dark Talon, that'll be your turn.
Alrighty. So is the fire still enrapturing the hallway?
Yes, currently. And you currently see your Warforged compatriot frozen in place, standing on an iron door,
amid flames.
having grabbed the creature for a moment, and you saw this strange orb-like shape that the flames were taking around the creature. And after clapping his hands onto the Warforged, he was frozen in place, and the creature just moved away.
Damn. Being with that, the fire and everything, all Dark Talon's going to be able to do is just ready in action in case he pops on up. their Aldrich Blast. He'll ready his Aldrich Blast just in case the guy pops on up, because he's not going to walk through that fire to try to get up there.
All right. And then that'll be Rattling.
Rattling, having seen that he also heard the freeze wizard, so he's sort of grasped that the fire did nothing, so he'll drop the wall of fire and walk in and see the Warforged stunned, now laying on an iron shield. Will freedom of movement work after the fact?
I mean, I don't know. What does the spell description say?
Okay. You touch a willing creature. For the duration, the target's movement is unaffected by difficult terrain, and spells and other magical effects to neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained. The target can also spend 5 movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, such as manacles or a creature.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say so. I'll say yeah. Basically, if the duration of the paralysis would last longer than the freedom of movement, it would set back in once the freedom of movement spell.
The duration lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay, then yeah, no. So he'll be fine.
Okay. So, I'll walk to the Warforged, and grasping my arcane focus, I'll take a breath, and glowing magic will flow out from the arcane focus, cascade over him, and basically like draw out in its spell the paralysis from him. And Dark Talon and I noticed that he sort of shimmers. So now, for the next hour, he cannot be paralyzed as well.
Cool.
The effect lasts. And I also gained some hit points from using that as well.
Nice.
So, the spell's 4th level, plus my Charisma mod, which is 4. So I gained 8 hit points back. Woo!
All right. And then...
I'm back at max.
Yeah. Is that anything else for you?
Actually, why not try it? I will... Would a flame bolt be strong enough to blast the door off its hinges?
Not a single flame bolt.
Alright. What I'll do instead, then, is Crusader's Mantle. I mean, looked up to see if that's just a bonus action distinctively, but if not, then I will use sorcery points to make it otherwise. It is an action, so I will make it otherwise. I'll spend 2 sorcery points and cast it as a bonus action spell.
Wait, cast what as a bonus action?
Crusader's Mantle.
You already cast a normal spell this turn, so you wouldn't be able to cast another spell as a bonus action. If you cast any spell as a bonus action, the only other spells you can cast in a round are cantrips.
Alright. So never mind all that.
Okay. All right, and then that would take us... Oh, go ahead.
What if its casting time is a bonus action, though?
If the casting time is naturally a bonus action, then you can cast it. Actually, even then, if the casting time... The way the rule reads is any spell cast as a bonus action. If you cast any spell as a bonus action, the only other spells you can use in that same round are cantrips.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Which sucks.
Alright, that's peculiar. It makes...
Really hurts for healing, but...
Well, also makes Quicken sort of stupid.
Well, it
no,
just
because you
means
can
that you.
quicken a spell and then throw your cantrip in the
Right.
same turn.
Yeah.
Normally, you could only either cast your spell or cast a cantrip, so
Yeah.
this
That's
will
true.
allow you to do both.
All right. Well, then I'll just stick with freedom of movement, and that will be my turn.
All right. And then, Sun, that'll bring us back to the top of initiative order. That's you.
Okay. I'm going to move into this. Is it a hallway or
Yeah, I
where?
mean, basically to the north of the chamber that you guys are in, there's like an L-shaped hallway. Rattling and Alteran are currently standing at the sort of like crux of that L.
Okay. How big is this hallway?
10 feet wide.
Okay, so we can move around each other. All right, so I'm going to move into the L and past everybody.
All right.
And then
As you round the corner, you see the creature standing on the other side, facing you and your friends on the other side of a heavy iron door.
Okay. I'm then going to cast Mirror Image,
Mm-hmm.
and that will be my turn. Yeah,
Okay.
because he's behind the door, and how far away?
And
Like once
how close to the door do you get?
I can move 50 feet. So,
All right. Do you move your maximum?
well, considering how I was in the other room before going into this L-shaped hallway, how far do I need to move to get in front of the barbarian?
Just to get in front of the barbarian, all you would need is 30 feet of movement.
Okay, and then from that point, how much further is the door?
It's another 30 feet to the door.
Okay. I'll
What
move.
stuff is that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put 5 foot of distance between me and the barbarian, and then kind of crouch and make myself a small target, so that way if he tries to use ranged attacks, it would be hopefully at a disadvantage.
All right.
And that will be me.
All right.
So you see like 4
Okay.
images of Soon laying down on the ground.
All right.
Not laying down, but crouching down.
Alteran, that's back to you.
Well, paralyzed by a evil wizard. Actually, thanks to my friends, I'm gonna stand up. So I hid behind another steel door.
Yeah, but now you can hit the son of a bitch, and he can't paralyze you.
Oh, there's that too.
Yeah. So, I mean, he is at a stark disadvantage. He can't paralyze you anymore. Actually, he can't even grapple with you.
How far away is this new steel door?
How far from you? It's about 30 feet currently.
Alright. Aldrin looks at his companions. Especially Sun. And I wish to run at the door and jump into it with my full force.
Awesome.
So that is a athletics.
Yeah, absolutely. Strength athletics.
That would be a... Do math. 31.
Yeah, man, you managed to like blast into this door and slam it into this guy. So go ahead and just roll the improvised damage. So D10, plus your strength and rage bonus and all that stuff.
That is 15.
Okay, awesome. So you slam the door into this thing, and you hear the clang against the metallic skeleton beneath the metallic skeletal frame beneath his tattered, moldy coat, and the creature goes tumbling backwards, catching itself like just momentarily before it hits the floor and coming back up to its feet in front of you.
What would see is Altern standing in the doorway with the kind of shadowy light behind him, silhouetting him.
Very nice. Is that it for Altern?
Movement and an action, so I think that's it.
All right. I didn't know if you had any bonus actions or anything like that.
Not until he hits me.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So with that, you just hear him cackle, and you see the spirits, of his victims from long ago sort of coalesce and seep forth from some doors behind and to the sides of him, and they just all scream forth at you all at once, and I need you to make a Constitution save.
Question.
Answer.
Would any I see the girl from before in any of them?
It's sure.
Alrighty.
Is he the only one that needs to make a con save?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a 23.
23. All right. So you succeed as the spirits, like, you feel them all pass through you, attempting to grip at your life force, and as you're distracted by that, you barely had time to notice as you turn back to the creature, a huge wave of lightning come smashing towards you, and then I will need you to make another Constitution save.
Guys are thinking for con spells.
Yeah.
Well, that's necromancy for you, though. That's all
That
they're
is
about.
a 17.
17. All right. So that one will actually hit, and
I wish it was a deck save. So then my danger sense would go off.
yes, that would be much nicer. All right, so that's going to be 28 thunder damage. And I don't know, can you be knocked down? It says it can't hamper your movement, but does... Oh, okay, it just pushes you 10 feet away. All right, so you're pushed 10 feet back into the hallway.
Yeah, you can push him 10 feet away.
All right.
I am bloodied now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that term from 4th edition.
Yeah.
They took that out of 5th, but that's still, like, a good... You would definitely be noticeably damaged at that point, then.
Wait, can a Warforged become bloodied?
Right. Greased.
Yeah, right, there you go. He's greased.
Grease is the word, as the time is the motion.
That's awesome. He's leaking coolant. Alright, so with that, it will be Dark Talon's turn. Oh, and the creature again begins to sort of sweep away and back towards... He doesn't actually go through, but towards a set of doors that are to the south of him in the room that he's currently in.
Okay, Dark Talon can move on up. Let's see here. His movement of 40, and that allows him to see this creature. Josh?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be able to see at least his. Actually, You were currently still back in the other room, so from where he is right now, no, you wouldn't be able to see him.
Oh, I wouldn't. All
No.
right.
You would have to double move to basically get to the doorway to be at an angle where you can see him again.
Can
Okay.
Radolin communicate with his compatriots as a free action or something?
Yeah. I mean,
Because
as
he's
long
going
as,
to plan
as long as it's
something.
not a long-winded conversation.
It is not. It is not.
But
It's
you
not.
can spout off an idea.
Yeah. Radolin's going to say, I'm going to do something. Stay near me.
Dark Talon would take the double move to get up there,
All
I
right.
know.
so he can see him, and then with the bonus action, cast Hex on him,
Cool.
and go ahead and have it on his dexterity.
All right.
Yeah,
And what's the save for? Is there a save for Hex?
I don't see a save for it. No. And he'll have disadvantage on that ability for third, fourth concentration for up to 8 hours.
All right.
And when and if I attack, he'll get an extra 1d6 of necrotic damage.
Nice.
That's all I can do.
All right. So then that will be Rattling.
Alright. So, is everyone within 30 feet of me?
Currently, right now, yes, everybody would be within 30
Alright.
feet of you.
Alright. So, Radolin is going to stand and his wings will grow out from him and he'll point towards the mad person who has caused all this pain, and I'm going to cast Wish.
Okay, you know you can't currently see him, right?
Oh, I cannot see him? Okay,
No.
then I'll just call it out then.
Okay.
Then I'll call it out. And I'm using that to cast Holy Aura.
Okay.
And Radolin will shout out, his eyes glowing, blazing red, while the rest of him covers his friends with a divine aura. I am the Angel of Vengeance, and by the goddess I will bring you down. And now his friends will, they glow with a dim light with 5-foot radius. They have advantage on all saving throws for the concentration of 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
All creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them. In addition, if a fiend or undead hits one of them with a melee attack, my aura will flash with a brilliant light, and they must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the end of the spell.
Cool. And what level spell is Holy Aura?
8th.
Okay, cool. And as that happens, Dark Talon, he locks eyes with you, and you begin to see his eyes turn into swirling pools, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
With advantage.
That'd be a 14.
All right.
Did you do that with advantage, or just
Yep,
single
that's
roll?
with advantage. That's with advantage.
Okay.
All right, so you are frightened for the next minute.
Okay.
All right, and then that will be back to the top of initiative unless you have anything else, Radlin.
Nope, that's it.
All right, so Sun, that's you.
All right. Can I reach him? Because where he was before, I was 25 feet away.
Yeah, I
To
mean,
see,
you
did he
don't
move?
really know where he is, but as soon as you walked into the room, you'd be able to see him, and you,
Okay,
yes,
then
would be able to get to him.
I'm gonna go up and start unleashing a flurry of blows on him.
All right, and as you approach him, he will attempt to strike you. What's your armor class?
With disadvantage.
At the moment, 22.
The attack will
Possibly
be made with
27.
disadvantage.
Right. So he hits.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use my reaction. Actually, I need to
All right, I need
roll
you.
a d20 to see if he hits one of my clones or not.
Oh, right, gotcha. If he doesn't, you're gonna take 9 cold.
Yeah,
And
he
then
hits one of my clones.
okay, cool. All right,
Boom.
go
So
for
I
it.
got 2 left. All right. My lowest is going to be. I'm gonna push all my numbers to defense. So my lowest is gonna be 21. Does a 21 hit?
A 21 does not hit.
Oh, okay. How about a 23?
That does hit.
Okay, so only 2 attacks hit then. I need him to make a con save.
Okay. What's the DC?
Is scroll down. 19.
All right, he makes it.
He made it. Okay. And now I need him to make a dex save.
And he has disadvantage on this one. All right, so he does not make it on the dice, but he will blow a legendary resistance to make it.
Okay. So nothing happens then. Alright, so damage.
Did he make a melee attack at him or no?
Yeah, he did, but he
All
missed.
Okay.
Okay, I did 7 magical damage, bludgeoning, which I rolled really poorly on, and then 2 damage poison.
Right. All right. How much bludgeoning?
7, I believe I
Okay,
said.
cool.
And it's magical.
Right. So then that will make it Altern. You're muted, Luke. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the situation was I got blasted out the door, people put hexes on them, people did spells on them, some of them worked, some of them didn't.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're all but a god against this dude now.
Huh?
He can't paralyze you. He has disadvantage to hit you. You have advantage on saving throws.
Joy. Well. Is she still in the room or like
What's that? He's in the next room beyond the one that you're currently standing in, and Sun
Alright.
is right in front of him.
alright, things are changing. Altern is going to look at his companions, making sure everything is okay. So
I'll
far.
nod at him.
And then he is going to draw his blade. And he's going to say this when he draws it. Tell her and my mother, come with me. And as he draws his blade, any of my companions that are nearby very plainly see that has the face of a woman kind of fading in and out of it, screaming. But instead of, she's not screaming with a open mouth, she's screaming with a clenched grin, screaming through her teeth. And Altern is going to run forward with the sword drawn and kind of approach around Sun to the side and attack the wizard.
All right, go for it.
So will I get my extra attack with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you spend the bonus action to make the extra attack, then yep.
Is it a longsword or a greatsword that you drew?
It's a longsword of vengeance.
Okay.
Though extra attack says I don't have to use a bonus action, is that?
Oh, you get your normal extra attack. I thought you were talking about because Berserker has the ability to like spend a bonus action to get extra attacks as well.
Oh yeah.
So I thought you were talking about that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'll use that too. I'll use that, and I'll use relentless attack as well.
Awesome. Oh, the reckless attack.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right, so the first one. That is a 25 to hit.
All right, that'll hit.
I might as well do my other attacks while I'm here. Second attack is a 28 to hit.
That is a hit.
Third attack is a 27.
All right, that is also a hit.
All right, 3 hits. So that might as well total up the damage. That is 48 damage in total.
Nice. All of which is magic, all of which is slashing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That would be my move.
All right. After which, all of a sudden, you see bursting forth from the double doors behind him come another chorus of tortured souls that fly forward and strike into you, Sun. And I need you to make a Constitution save.
Damn it! Why can't it
Now,
ever be Dex?
The ability, does that give him advantage on all saves, period, or just
All saves, period.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check.
Yeah, all
Oh,
saves,
I'm glad you
period.
did that because I forgot about that. Wow. Wow. That's a 9.
Wow.
I've done all I can.
So you take another 52 damage.
Oh. Are they undead?
It's kind of like an ability thing. It's not really something attacking me. It's just
Yeah.
an ability thing.
Yeah.
It's out of character. It's a lair action.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
All right. So, and then that actually being its turn, it puts a hand forward in front of both you, Sun, and you, Altern, and you see like that magical sphere that's sort of around it rippling, and you see it attempting to draw energy away from you. What level is freedom of movement?
4th level.
All right. Sun, you are unaffected. Altern, Holy Aura, and Freedom of Movement are both gone.
How did he drain 8? An 8th level spell? Wow, this is a boss.
Dispel magic.
Wait, does Dispel Magic target 2 separate people, or is it target
No,
one?
he's using. He can cast more than one spell in a round.
Okay.
So that was 2 uses of the spell, one against you and one against Altern.
Now, oh, wait, hang on. Let me check up on Sentinel. He casts a spell. That's not really considered an attack, correct?
No. And
No.
it's not an attack spell either. I might say that it counted if it were an attack spell, but...
Yeah, no.
I got you.
Alright, and afterwards, if you would both like to make an attack of opportunity, you may, as he moves away from you.
Well, if I hit him, his speed is reduced to 0 because of Sentinel. So he can't move.
Unless he's affected by freedom of movement.
Oh,
Did he? Son of a bitch.
26.
That will hit.
You said dispel magic. I don't. Is there a spell that absorbs magic straight up?
No, there's not. That doesn't mean that
Okay.
he doesn't have it from a different source, though.
That's true.
I did 9 bludgeoning, magical, and I really downgraded my damage from last turn. It should have done a lot more, but I
Okay,
forgot.
9. And Luke, did you make your opportunity attack?
Without advantage?
No, you would still. If you're attacking recklessly, you count as attacking recklessly for the whole round, so you get advantage.
Critical!
Nice. Oh, and by the way, he does stop in his tracks when you hit him.
No, nice. You were just messing with us. It
Well,
is appreciated.
if he had freedom of movement, he wouldn't have stopped.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate being messed with. It's fine.
So, how to
That's
critical
funny.
again in methods.
It's the way that I do it is you just roll your damage and double the whole thing. Technically, I think you're supposed to just roll double the dice and then add your bonuses, but whatever. It's easier.
I have brutal critical, which adds 3 weapon damage dice to it.
Nice. So what? So you're rolling 48 plus your modifiers, then double it.
Okay. But I roll that and then double it?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be 72 damage.
Good lord, that's intense. Awesome. All magic, correct?
All magical.
Awesome. Right.
Well, on the plus side, I still have Holy Aura, so.
And all right, then that will take us to Dark Talon. Though Dark Talon, you see the familiar gaze of this creature lock eyes with your friend Sun. And Sun, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Wait. Oh, and he doesn't. Does he still have
No,
advantage?
he does actually still have advantage.
Yeah.
So, I still have an advantage?
Yeah, he didn't end your holy aura. He failed his caster check to end your spell because I didn't use a higher level spell slot.
31, I think. I rolled 19. I have plus 12, so.
Okay. Then yes, that would be a 31, and you are fine.
Finally, something I'm good at, like wisdom and dex. That's it. No more con shit.
No, don't speak too soon.
Don't like con.
Right. All right. So
Like-
Dark Talon, what do you do?
All right, how far is Soon from me?
Sun is currently about 20 feet away from you.
Okay. So, what Dark Talon will do, since he knows that Soon took some more damage, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Correct.
And it was a large amount of damage.
Yeah, it was not paltry.
Yeah. So, Dark Talon will move to Soon, hand him his potion of Supreme. Let me double check that. I believe it's Supreme Healing that he has. Since I can't attack this creature, yeah, Supreme Healing. And
Why can't
that's
you attack him?
Because
Frightened.
I'm frightened.
Oh,
So I'll take this opportunity to go ahead and make sure that the people that are able to attack him can still maintain.
Can mess him up.
So you'll get a potion of Supreme Healing that you'll be able to use, and that's half my movement. And then I'll go ahead and I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Wait, did you move over? Did you move over to him to hand him that?
Yes, I
You-
moved 20 feet.
You wouldn't be able to move closer to the creature
Yeah.
Oh, all
because
right.
you're frightened.
Yeah, I forgot that part about friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got that. My bad. Then in that case, I'll just cast cure wounds on myself for the damage I have left on myself, and I'll look for some place to take cover.
Okay. Cool.
That's
Yeah, you can basically move to like the other side of the doorway that you're next to, and you no longer see him.
And that's what I'll do.
Okay. Cool. All right. And Rattling, at the beginning of your turn from the other room, you hear the hiss of a beam. Or I'm sorry, you hear the hiss of crackling spell-like energy and a strange incantation. Luke, I will need you to make a wisdom save, but with advantage.
Just an FYI, we still get advantage for wisdom because of Beacon of Hope. I still have 6 more turns
You
left.
have double
that.
advantage.
Well, yeah, you can't have double advantage.
Sadly, no.
I know, but if the holy aura goes away, he will still get advantage on wisdom
Yeah.
because of
Gotcha, because of Beacon of Hope.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what
Yeah.
level is Beacon of Hope? I didn't realize you had that spell on you.
Beacon of Hope is 3rd level.
Okay,
And
because that was a
Mirror
spell
image.
that I would have had to roll for when he did the other one. Yeah, so you don't have
no.
Beacon of Hope anymore.
Sorry, you were cutting out. I don't have it.
No, because
No.
when he casts Dispel Magic, I have to roll individually for every spell that's on you, and I failed the roll for the Holy Aura, but I wouldn't have failed the roll for Beacon of Hope. This Beacon of Hope is what level? 3rd, right?
3rd.
Yeah.
So does that mean mirror image is gone as well?
Oh shit, I forgot about that one too. See, you shouldn't be reminding me about this shit. What level is Mirror Image? 3rd also?
No, that's 2nd.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mirror Image is also gone.
Bummer.
10.
10? Alright. Suddenly you feel a presence enter your mind, and you literally see the creature like switch places with Sun, and Sun, just so you know, he didn't actually switch places with you.
I know.
You were
I know what's
dominated.
gonna happen.
And Rattlin, that's your go.
Oh, F. Well, with that advancement, that may do some different. Okay. So, curiosity.
Yeah.
If I dominate a dominated person, what will happen?
If you effectively, you retake control over him.
So I would free him.
I'm gonna say that it's gonna be like a spell, check roll off, effectively between you and the creature at that point.
Yeah, just
And it would also depend on the level of the spell. So he used Dominate Monster to dominate him. So you would have to use Dominate Monster to
What
equal
level is Dominate Monster?
8th.
Oh, shit. No, then screw that. I can't do anything about that shit.
Okay.
I can't
You can dispel magic it.
I don't have Dispel
Yeah,
Magic.
Oh, okay.
I need to have some counter magic. That is another thing to add onto my list for later.
Well, you're a sorcerer. You're not meant to have all these different kind of spells.
Yeah. This is true, but I said I'm gonna have to anyhow.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'd say so. Sorry, I was answering Luke's question out loud rather than in text.
That's fine. Okay, so meta question: is this die undead?
You feel fairly confident in assuming it's undead from the appearance of it, like, if nothing else.
Yeah, this would still. Although,
It looks like a thing that should be laying on the ground and not moving, so yes.
if it weren't for the amount of damage some of you have sustained, I would use this, but I think I'll save that for later. Alright. Time to go fuck up a wizard. Spear time! So, I will take flight and fly in and just swoop in and just lay into this dude.
All right. Have at it, my friend.
With 3 attacks because I'm using my bonus action with my Swift Spear. One's a natural 1, so that's gonna miss. One is a straight 30. The other is a 23. Yeah, so that's my first. So 2 attack hits. So let's roll the d6 for damage. That will be 7, 11, so 18 piercing magic.
Nice. All right. He takes it. Doesn't look extremely happy about it. Not that anyone's ever really happy to take damage. All right. So that will, unless you have any other actions, that will bring us to the top of initiative order.
That's it. And sadly, he's dominated.
Sun's turn, and black tendrils of energy begin radiating outward from him. And I need each of you 3 to make a to make a Constitution save. I'm not going to tell you the DC.
God damn it!
I was about to say.
I almost spilled on that one.
Yeah, nat 20 on my save.
Nat 20. All right, so you're good. Well,
A 20
you're
plus,
going to take half.
or not plus, but
Okay, so you're at
We
half.
don't
Yeah.
have we don't have advantage anymore.
No, you don't. Sun does and I do.
But you will get to recheck on your, because he's damaging you. You're going to get to recheck on your save.
Con was 20.
Con was 20. All right, so you succeed. Everybody succeeds on your saving throw. You all will only take 10 damage. And Luke, go ahead and give me another Wisdom save, but this time it would be without advantage.
And then do I need to check for concentration since he hit me, but I did advantage.
Correct.
Alright, so what is there a plus to concentration?
Yeah, concentration is your D20 plus your whatever your casting stat is.
Oh, so plus 10. Or no, not plus. Is that the spell attack or is that?
No,
charisma?
it's
So plus
just
4.
just your charisma, and
Okay.
basically you have to equal 10 plus the level of the spell you're attempting to maintain.
Oh, 10 plus, so 18. DC 18, chat. Oh, this is going to be entertaining.
I rolled a 12.
I failed, so or no, I didn't, to 6, and then let's roll again. I'll make it with advantage.
Okay, cool. Unfortunately, Luke, that does mean that you are still dominated, but Sun, you can go ahead and take your turn now.
Okay. You did say 21 was a miss, but a 22 hit, right?
Correct. No,
Okay.
22 did not hit, a 23 hit.
Okay. All right. So I go ahead. Do you need to throw something?
I'll yell at Sun while he's attacking. Run away. Get the hell out of the way, because I can tell that Luke's dominated, and I've got a plan.
Oh no.
Yeah. Too late for that. So I hit him twice. I need him to make a con save.
Alright, so here's the con save. Boom. What's the DC?
19.
Yeah, he makes it.
Damn it. And a dex save.
Alright, he still has disadvantage on these,
Yeah.
which he fails, but he'll go ahead and blow that next legendary resistance.
Can we know how many he has of those left?
Well, I mean, as a player, you would probably know that there are no creatures that have more than 3 legendary resistances, and he has currently used 2 in this fight.
He used 2, so he has 1 left.
Alright.
And I might make him blow it
damage.
this next turn.
So I need this and this. So 10, 12.
I just realized something, but I'll wait till my turn for it to happen.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
23. That's 23 bludgeoning, magical.
Okay.
Magical bludgeoning, magical. And then 7 poison.
All right. Altern, that unless you have anything else, Sun.
I could move, but then I would get 2 attacks of opportunity against me, and I'm not that stupid.
That's true. I'm not aware of that as a character.
All right. So Altern, then that's your turn. So tell us the thing you realized.
When freedom of movement goes away, I lose the benefits of freedom of movement, right?
Yes.
Right.
Then I fall on the floor paralyzed.
Yep.
Because of the minute passed.
Oh, that's true.
Removed paralyzed, so now that it's gone, I'm on the ground paralyzed.
Although actually he would. Oh no, because that was from an effect and not from a spell. So yeah, you would be paralyzed. Though you would need to check at the end of this round to see if you were still. But then that also means that would have negated your whole attack on the last round because you would have fallen on the ground paralyzed. So I'm gonna leave it up to you. Either that damage goes away or you're paralyzed. And you're paralyzed, or I'm sorry, either that damage goes away and you're paralyzed, or you're not paralyzed and you dealt that damage and you're held.
Can we have this down to a group vote? Because I would like to say my piece on this. I want him paralyzed because I don't want him to get my ass whooped.
But then that takes
That's all I'm
72 damage away from
72 damage
that's
away
fine.
from the dude.
That's fine. We can
Alright.
make that up.
I mean, yes,
Like-
that's true, but I don't know how much of that minute. How much time has passed?
What do you mean?
From him getting cast on that paralyzed,
Yeah.
3 rounds. It will be the 4th round. So he's
And
still
the
got.
minute is 10.
Yep.
Yeah. We can kill him by then.
Like I did.
Well,
I only hit
I'm
him 2
leaving the
attacks, and I
ultimate
did-
decision up to Luke. So
Oh yeah. We're saying our piece, and then he makes the ultimate decision.
I think Charles needs to throw in his 3 cents. Just 'cause.
Well, just because, as a team player, whatever the majority of the team is, I'll go with it because I'm frightened like a little sissy.
Yeah, right now he can't do much.
Can somebody,
So-
throw a pebble at him to get him unfrightened or something?
But I mean, either way we do this.
Oh, actually, Charles, you would need to recheck for that at the end
Yeah.
of your round. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about that.
Yeah.
So you would get to make another wisdom save with advantage at the end of your turn.
Yeah. Because I mean, either way we do this, unless Charles makes it out of fighting, me and you are going to be the two who are fighting either just him or a giant mother effing barbarian and him.
If 17 makes the check, I'll be all right. If not, I'll still be frightened.
All right, you're still scared.
All right.
Okay. So
I'm
Luke,
stuck.
the ultimate choice is yours.
I'm at a crossroads because if I pick that I'm paralyzed again and the damage goes away, that kind of ignores that a lot of things have been going on since then. But at the same time, if I say, well, I'm not paralyzed anymore, it means I have to frenzy against Chester's character because my cursed sword means I'm forced to attack whoever did damage to me until they're dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're thinking that I'm the creature, so...
Damn.
Yeah, so
Now, here's my question, though. If he attacks me... Well, I'm trying to think, would I get an attack of opportunity against him? Or no?
No, because I mean if he attacked
Oh, no, I'm
someone
sorry, I'm
else
thinking of
besides
something
you, then he would if he
Yeah.
attacked Radlin, then you would get an attack of opportunity against him.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
But
something else.
as of right now, he thinks Radlin is Radlin.
yeah, he is perfectly aware that I am rattling. Although, with my plan was to use Sunburst and just have you run the hell out of the way, me fly 60 feet away, because I can, and then blind both of these mofos.
If I was a DM, which I'm not, but I'm not for this one, I'm probably going to have to go with keeping the damage and attacking because, I mean, re-rolling a save for an ability is one thing. Taking away damage and a condition after we've basically added more and taken away and added more and taken away and all that stuff.
The only reason that I was really going to allow that is, since he's been screwing with your guys' minds so much, it would be pretty believable in this situation for you to believe that you attacked him when you didn't actually. But if
I say
you,
go.
I do agree with you as well. I feel like it's more of a situation where that's, since we've already been ignoring it, we should still continue. I'm in favor of less retcon in that respect.
Alright, then, it is ultimately your choice and the DM's choice.
So, what's it going to be?
It is going to be 3 swings at the skeleton, who I will destroy.
Alright, let's
Right.
see it. Now you don't have to attack recklessly on these. You can just attack and don't have to take advantage.
Understood, but as far as I know, there's a skeleton in front of me.
Oh,
Yeah, go for it.
Reckless. Frenzy is until I'm iteration of my idea, so that goes up anyway. So I have frenzy.
Let's
So what's your rolls?
let's finally test how unhittable Sun is.
30.
Son.
Are you using your reaction, son?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I can't because reaction only works for one attack. So, and
Oh, it only
so
works for
yeah,
a single
I'm
attack.
gonna say that again.
It only works
Let
for
me
a
minimize
single
my
attack.
Hangouts. Yeah, reaction isn't, or the defensive duelist isn't that great. Yeah, it only works for one attack, but I can
I
still
thought it
block
was all attacks in
So-
that turn for whatever reason.
No, that's shield.
Oh, okay.
So you hit me once. All right. So
Alright.
what's the others?
There's one
What's the
hit.
other two?
Um,
That's
19.
probably a miss.
Yeah, that one's miss. And then I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna use my reaction for this last one. So
So hope it's not a crit.
yeah, because I think that's the only way.
28.
Yeah.
28. Nope.
All right.
So
So,
you only hit me
one
once.
hit.
Yeah. See, if I had my mirror image up, man, this wouldn't have been a contest. I would have negated those two attacks and then, yeah, or that one attack.
That would be 13 damage.
13.
Yeah.
All right.
I rolled the lowest I could on the D8, which
All right. And with that, Dark Talon, you see burst forth from the past you down the hallway. Another group of these spirits that just go soaring by you and slam into Rattlin's back. So Rattlin, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom save for me.
Alright.
Or I'm sorry,
Alright.
not wisdom, Constitution.
Okay. And do I make this with advantage? Since
Well, yeah,
Holy Order?
Yeah. If you still have Holy Aura, then yes.
I still do, yes.
Then there you go.
I don't need it because I nat 20.
Oh, okay, awesome. So nothing happens. You feel them pull at your life force, but they don't actually manage to grip hold. And then the creature begins uttering strange words. And Chester,
Oh god.
what is Sun's current hit point total?
Oh god.
It's at 90 at the moment.
Power word kill. Please tell me it's not power word kill.
Yeah, it probably is. We're fighting a lich, so it was
Oh, we're
not
fighting a mother
surprising.
effing lich. Great.
Well, I'm assuming it's a lich. My player is assuming it's a lich. My character is like, what?
I have no slightest freaking clue. Yeah.
All right.
Actually, my character would probably know because he is a cleric. He would know of these kind of creatures. So,
Let me double check this.
Please tell me it's not a lich.
have I kissed my ass goodbye?
Yep. Sun dies.
Well, that solves a
Was it-
problem for me at least.
Was it power word kill or was it finger
Yeah,
of death?
no, it's totally power word kill.
Oh, so you
I
straight
was hoping
died. I didn't
finger
even
death.
spare the dying here. Alright.
I was hoping for finger of death so that way I can come back as a zombie. Because then I was going to ask if I can control the zombie.
question.
Thanks a
What would I
lot.
have seen on my end?
What's that?
What would I have seen on my end? Because if he was disguised as the lich, was the other guy disguised as Sun?
Yeah, the other guy looked like Sun and still looks like Sun to you, but Rattlin disappears and the lich takes its place,
Oh, son of a bitch.
and then Dark Talon, that's your turn.
Then what
Dark
Sun
Talon
look like?
is freaking
What does
out.
what?
What
Well,
does a now dead body look like?
like rattling dead on the floor.
Well,
And
great, I don't have to explain a lot to Luke.
and so Radlin turns out. You're saying Radlin has the image of this lich, right?
No. Only to
Luke.
yeah, to Alteran
Oh.
because he's dominated.
All right, and I
That's
see,
just how I'm explaining the domination, basically.
okay. And I see Soon just drop after being hit with a like a ray.
Correct.
And I'm still frightened because it's for a minute, and so what the Dark Talon's going to do is he's going to use the boom, and these walls are stone, right?
Yes.
He's melding into the wall.
I am facing off against the Lich and a Barbarian Warforged alone.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh
just,
my goodness.
I think that fits the situation that's available to him. I mean, the tools that he has at hand with the fright.
It does. I'm not blaming you.
Oh, Luke, though, at the end of the last turn, you would recheck your save, and Dark Talon, you would recheck your save for
Please tell
fear.
me he passes. Please tell me he passes.
Oh, hell no. This is worse than the last time. Last time I got was a knife.
Actually, well, no, never mind.
Oh, God. So what does that make your save, Luke?
That would make my save a 17.
Oh. Okay, not quite.
Whose turn are we on?
Now it's Rattlin's turn.
You just saw his friend drop.
Okay.
Okay. Who
Have
can
any more-
opportunity
have any
attack
more
me?
wish?
Yeah, which would be nice right now.
Which would
Revivify?
be nice. I have none of these things. I
Oh,
guess I
yeah.
could launch. I can bring Soon back from the dead later, with no problem. If I have a long rest, I could give my 9th level spell slot that use wish and use a reanimation spell to bring him back better than ever. That's not my problem. My current problem is the mother effing barbarian and the lich. Okay, so my question is, can a barbarian opportunity attack me if I move?
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch. And can the lich opportunity attack me if I move?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yeah, you can. So I forgot you're standing. Wait, you were using a spear, right? So were you using it? Does spear has reach? No, spear doesn't have reach.
Spear doesn't have reach.
Okay, so yes, he can totally.
You figure, out of all things to have reach, a spear would have reach.
Yeah, I know. I have that. Yeah. I have that problem with spear, but that's a Lotsie problem, not someone else's problem.
You need the polearm master feat.
I know I do. Alright. So, I guess as good a time as any, since Soon's dead. Prismatic Spray!
Nice.
Well, I'm not dead, I'm just at 0 hit points, right?
No, you're dead.
No, power word kill is dead.
You're
Oh,
dead.
really?
Otherwise, I would just spare
Utter
the
the
dying and
word of
stabilize
power
you.
that you can compel one creature that you can see within range to die instantly.
Yeah,
But
but I
when
can bring you back, don't
die-
worry.
If the creature you choose has 100 hit points or fewer, it dies. Otherwise, the spell has no effect. Which is purposefully why I didn't have anybody give me their HP totals before the fight.
I appreciate that. Alright. So from that spray, so I roll a... Okay, so both of you have to make a death saving throw. Both the Lich and him.
This is a bad save, especially because of Hex.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Alright,
Hold
so
on.
he
I
fails.
have to make a dex save, you say?
Yes.
I gain advantage on that. There's a spell I
Yeah,
can
I'm
see.
aware.
You do see it coming, especially because you're looking right at Radlin, since he looks like the Lich.
I'm aware. I know.
Would he
So,
really be looking at him because he just killed me? Or no, he just attacked me. So Radlin's actually behind him, even though he did turn. It's not his turn yet. So would he have enough time to turn around?
Yeah,
That's
I
up to
mean the way
you.
that the thing, D&D 5e doesn't take into account facing is as
Oh.
long as you're not surprised by a situation. So he's not doing it from stealth, so therefore he's aware. So the danger
That-
sense would take effect.
That, and I have the feat alert, which means I can be surprised.
Oh God. So you just always get danger sense.
Alright. So what does that make your save?
13.
Then you fail.
Yeah, the Lich will use his last.
Oh, good. He
Quick
did exactly
resistance.
what I wanted him to.
There you go.
Alright.
Spell?
So, both of you are going to do a d8 to decide what happens to you.
Uh,
This will be, the 8 will be for the Lich. Because I'm starting at the Lich and then going forward.
that's fine.
He gets struck by 2 rays.
Could be even more if you roll another 8.
Yeah. So, roll twice more, re-rolling it. No, re-rolling any 8.
Oh, okay.
They specify that. So he gets struck by a blue ray for total damage.
Okay.
And an indigo, but the indigo does... Okay. Let me read Sitz and indigo to see what you think this means.
On a failed save, the target is restrained. It must make a Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turn. If it successfully saves 3 times, the spell ends. If it fails a save 3 times, it is permanently turns to stone. I don't. What do I need to translate?
I was just a little bit... So, does
Basically,
the condition...
he's restrained. Period.
So he didn't fail his save.
Okay, so he makes his initial save, right? If he fails, then he's restrained. But he used his thing to succeed the save, so he's not restrained.
Okay.
But
Well, what I'm
it
meaning-
still has to make a Constitution save at the end of each of its turns.
All right, that's why I was asking. It wasn't so much is he restrained or not. It's so much of does the rest of that.
Yeah,
bit
the
happen?
rest of that still from the way I'm reading it, the rest of it still happens.
All right, Ward. So
Now,
the rest of it is now he takes 10d6 total damage.
All right, go ahead and roll that, and then half it.
Okay, that's fine.
because
Doo-doo.
Luke took damage again, does he get another save?
He
He
hasn't
does.
taken damage yet. Or no, he does take damage. When did he take damage? He hasn't taken damage yet.
He failed your save, didn't he?
I haven't rolled for you yet.
Not me.
This is
Luke.
all for the Lich.
Oh. I thought Luke failed his save.
Well, he did, but he just hasn't rolled to see what happens.
I'll
to
actually
Luke.
go ahead and spend a sorcery point to re-roll 4 dice. Oh, I'm making this Lich. I'm making this son of a bitch pay. Alright, so that will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 34, 37, 40, 42, 43. So half of 43 will be 21 or 20. This thing is
Half of
21.
43 would be 21, yeah.
Yeah, so 21. He takes 21 total damage. Now, Luke, it is your turn.
Okay. Go ahead and narrate for me how you destroy this thing.
Oh, good. The rage of seeing my friend die and my barbarian friend turned against me, my eyes turned from glowing red heat. My wings just expand, and then I look straight at the Lich, and the prismatic rays come from my eyes, then strike him. And then the toll just seeps down his frame, killing every single maggot, causing the flesh to sleep off his bones and his metal to burst from the toll.
Awesome. Now find out what happens to Luke.
Yes. I will try to go easy on you, buddy.
Although he's not dominated anymore because he can't be.
Yeah,
Hey, my
but
line
he
is
still
great.
failed
What
his
the heck
save.
in my face?
Yeah, there's no way I can do anything about this.
Oh no, your sword.
Oh, God.
Which means you don't see the lit. Oh no, because this would all be happening at once.
The problem is, it's anyone who does damage to me.
Yeah, but you would see it as the Lich, and then you would see the Lich be destroyed. You know, because this is all happening at the same time.
So he takes 10d6 of acid damage.
Because otherwise, it wouldn't have made sense for you to attack Chester before, because Chester hadn't actually dealt damage to you. So if we're going off the principle that you're only attacking him because you thought he was a Lich.
Yeah, true.
Alright.
Am I also playing the cold ray and all that stuff, or what?
No. This is he had a different effect for you. I think I don't know what type.
Yeah. Acid.
Acid.
Or no, not acid. Poison.
Huh.
So this will actually be in flavor for what the Lich does.
Too bad you didn't hit me with that, because I'm immune to poison.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, being dead makes you immune to a lot of damage.
That's true.
Well, no, monk.
Well,
I'm immune to disease and poison. And actually, technically, if we
12,
really want to get technical,
16,
that gas that came through the room,
20.
that was poison damage, correct?
No. It was
Oh,
acid.
it wasn't? Okay. Okay. Never mind then. Then because I thought
4,
it would have been poison.
30.
So.
Luke, you
At least
take
I think it's acid.
35.
I can double check. But.
You take 35 poison damage.
Alright.
And I don't know what
That's
happens
it.
after this point.
And the armor is left laying in the shattered icy remains of this thing's corpse.
I breathe and tract my wings, and I lean down and pick up the armor and hold it up, and with a battle cry, I say, "To the Holy Mother!"
So, Charles is no longer frightened. Are you gonna
Yeah.
come into the room, Charles? Or are you
He's
just
in the
gonna
wall,
stay
though.
on the hallway?
He's not in the hallway. He's in the wall.
Yeah, I just rolled to see if I could hear with disadvantage, because I can't see nothing with that. All I can do is hear, and I failed that for the first round. So
But you do feel your fear subside.
Yeah, that's good.
Alright. So does the armor go away?
On the second round,
If somebody touches it.
I touched it. I picked it up.
Yes.
on the second round, that's where I don't hear nothing. So I feel okay. It's safe to step out. I step out.
So I'll sigh, walk up to Luke, and pat him on the shoulders. Make sure he's alright.
Dark talent.
Aldrin doesn't even really look like he's taking all that much damage. I mean, 2/3 of my health, and I'm still okay.
Alright, good, my boy.
Dark talent and go over to Soon and be checking for vitals, because the last thing he remembers is he was hit and dropped. So he doesn't.
The Lich killed him.
He doesn't find any vitals, so he's going to start trying to do CPR.
He's dead. Okay, so can we assume
He's
that we
dead,
take a
Jim.
break? Okay, so I'll pick up Soon in my arms and carry him out. We're gonna leave this place.
Don't we have a wish spell?
Yeah, if
He
I
does
take a
after
long
a
rest.
long rest.
Yeah, well, so can we just assume leave the
Yes.
place?
Yeah. For the purposes of the continued, one-shot series, we will assume that you
Yeah,
have.
let me look up what spells for vital would just bring him back straight out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure resurrection. Right.
Yeah.
Or you could just use wish, because can't you just use
Well,
wish to
yeah,
resurrect
that's what he
someone?
would be doing. He would be casting wished to resurrect you.
We could have cast reincarnate on him.
You could do that.
That'd be me.
I guess I'm a
Soon
little
will come
confused.
dragon
Wish doesn't
form.
work the way it used to, correct?
No,
Yeah.
yeah. So wish now can simulate another spell is basically the way that it
Oh.
works.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
another way of me
You
doing
can't
it.
you can't just wish somebody back to life. You
That's why I
wish
was
to.
kind of like, why not just,
Right.
wish me back to life? Like, that doesn't make any sense, but they changed wish, so.
Yeah, they changed wish, but I can use it. So
So are you reincarnating him or resurrecting him? I just need
resurrection,
to know.
just straight
Okay.
resurrection.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Or
So
you can do true resurrection, I think.
Is there true resurrection?
Yeah, it's 9th level.
I still vote reincarnate because
Oh,
I do
I
remember
can't do true resurrection.
we wouldn't have met the Lich if it wasn't for somebody following the ball of light everywhere.
That's a creature that's been dead for no longer than 200 years. Yeah, there's no reason for me to use true resurrection on you, though. Resurrection will work just fine.
yeah, true resurrection means the body's not even there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Okay.
But
So
he
we
already
take him
used
up.
up disintegrate, so he couldn't hit you with that.
Yeah, long rest. So long rest, and I'll place my hand on Soon's body, and holy magic will glow and fill him, and
Alright.
Soon feels the life force come back into him.
So there you go, Monkey King. You wake up with a splitting headache, having the last thing you remembered being the strange utterance of words
Alrighty.
from the creature down below. And for those of you who watched the video, thank you for watching. I would like to thank my wonderful players for another awesome session of War of the Gods. Check out the RPGW3. Check out the RPG or the Facebook Tabletop RPG One Shot group. And until next time, we will see you all later.